How much are you willing to bet on a gut decision? Don't let your gut drive your business leadership. Today, we're exploring the game-changing power of data-driven decision-making and how Satya Nadella used it to transform Microsoft. Stick around and let's dive into how you can leverage these strategies to lead with confidence and avoid risky business gambles.
At Anchor Bios, we unleash the potential of individuals and organizations. Welcome to the Anchor Bioss podcast, navigating the path to extraordinary leadership. We blend insightful conversations, in-depth leadership training, and practical insights to guide you on your journey to extraordinary leadership. Whether you're inspired by the experiences of others or seeking hands-on advice to enhance your leadership style, the Anchor Bios podcast provides a comprehensive roadmap. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Anchor Bios podcast. Today we're diving into something super relevant for leaders today, analytical decision-making and how it can truly shape leadership. We all know that relying on instincts or tradition isn't cutting it in today's world. Data is the new oil, and figuring out how to sift through all that information to make smart strategic decisions. That's where the magic happens for great leaders. But what does analytical decision-making really mean? It's all about digging into data, analyzing trends, and using those insights to steer your organization in the right direction. It's leadership grounded in facts and evidence, helping leaders not only spot opportunities but also avoid risks by making thoughtful, informed choices. Sure, vision and creativity are still huge parts of leadership, but making decisions backed by data? That's what makes bold strategies both innovative and realistic. So how do leaders become masters of this skill? Why does it matter so much, and what can we learn from those who've nailed it? In today's episode, we're looking at one of the best examples out there, Satya Nadella at Microsoft, and how his data-driven approach transformed the company. Let's dive in. Analytical decision-making isn't just about gathering data, it's about taking that information, breaking it down, and using it to make smart decisions that line up with your organization's goals. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, the real challenge isn't just collecting data, it's figuring out what's relevant and what's just noise. Successful leaders know how to sift through all that and pull out the insights that matter most. What's key here is tapping into all sorts of data, both from inside and outside your organization. Internally, this might mean looking at financial metrics, sales numbers, or customer feedback. Externally, you're checking out market trends, competitor strategies, or broader economic factors. The magic happens when you can pull meaningful insights from all this information, not just collect it for the sake of having it. But here's the thing, just having data isn't enough. You've got to know how to interpret it. For example, say you notice your sales are dipping. That's a red flag, sure, but unless you dive into the why, you might end up making the wrong call. The ability to look beyond the numbers and understand the story they're telling is what separates good decisions from great ones. Once you've got a handle on the data, the next step is weighing the risks and opportunities before making a move. Whether you're launching a new product, breaking into a new market, or rethinking how your operations run, it's all about balance. You've got to evaluate the potential upsides while being aware of the risks. This is where data becomes really powerful. For example, financial modeling could help you project how profitable a new venture might be under different conditions. Or maybe a deep dive into competitor analysis shows where you're vulnerable. The goal is to prepare for the risks and make smart, balanced choices that aren't just based on a gut feeling. And while no one can predict the future, using data to spot trends can get you pretty close. By analyzing patterns over time, you can make informed predictions that give your organization an edge. This is especially crucial in industries that are changing rapidly. Leaders who know how to use predictive analytics can anticipate customer behavior, forecast demand, and streamline operations, all while staying ahead of the curve. This isn't just about reacting to changes, it's about proactively shaping your strategy to capitalize on what's coming next. Another big advantage of analytical decision-making is its ability to cut through cognitive biases. We're all prone to biases, like confirmation bias, where we give more weight to data that supports what we already believe, or availability bias, where we rely on the information that's easiest to remember. These biases can distort judgment and lead to poor decisions. By grounding decisions in data and structured analysis, leaders can reduce the impact of these biases and make more objective choices. Data acts as a neutral guide, ensuring that decisions are rational, balanced, and aligned with long-term goals rather than swayed by emotions or assumptions. This kind of clear-headed decision-making is what drives organizations forward. So let's talk about how Satya Nadella flexed his analytical decision-making muscles in 2023, especially with Microsoft's big moves in AI and cloud computing. One of the standout examples? The growth of Microsoft Azure and AI-driven initiatives like Copilot. This really showed how Nadella's data-driven approach helped Microsoft stay ahead in the tech game. When you think about how Microsoft dominated the cloud space, a lot of it comes down to Nadella's focus on analyzing the right data. In 2023, he pushed Azure's capabilities even further, and by looking closely at market trends and customer demand, he led Microsoft to an insane $33 billion in Azure revenue during the second quarter of 2024. Not too shabby, right? Plus, his ability to interpret the data wasn't just about making incremental improvements. It secured bigger deals, including a growing number of billion-dollar contracts, solidifying Microsoft's leadership in cloud services. Nadella didn't just stop there. He used both internal performance data and broader market insights to steer Microsoft toward game-changing innovations like Azure OpenAI Service and Copilot. These AI-powered tools now play a huge role across Microsoft's products, helping businesses process data smarter, streamline their operations, and boost productivity. It's no surprise that this approach has made Microsoft's cloud offerings even more attractive to customers, both new and old. Nadella's analytical mindset wasn't just about jumping on the AI bandwagon, it was all about carefully weighing the risks and opportunities. He knew there was a chance of stretching Microsoft's resources too thin, but his choice to go all in on AI was backed by solid data. Projections showed that AI could add a massive $10 trillion to the global economy through productivity boosts over the next decade. With numbers like that, it's no wonder Nadella positioned Microsoft as a leader in the AI revolution, rolling out solutions like Bing Chat Enterprise and Copilot for Microsoft 365. These tools have completely changed how companies work. And Microsoft didn't just focus on their own AI products. Nadella's partnerships with external developers like OpenAI showed just how committed he was to data-driven decisions. By bringing OpenAI's models, including GPT-4, into Azure, Microsoft attracted over 53,000 Azure AI customers in 2023, and a third of them were completely new to the platform. Thanks to Nadella's strategic thinking and a deep dive into AI trends, Microsoft solidified its AI and cloud capabilities as must-haves for today's businesses. Nadella's knack for making smart predictions was a game-changer in shaping Microsoft's AI-driven strategy. He saw that AI wasn't just a passing fad, it was a transformative force that had the potential to completely reshape industries. By diving deep into user data and tech trends, Nadella ensured that Microsoft's AI tools like Copilot weren't just flashy, but actually solved real-world problems. These tools were designed to boost productivity, cut down on inefficiencies, and help businesses make better decisions. What's really cool is that Nadella's approach was rooted in predictive analytics. His team constantly evaluated how businesses could fine-tune their operations with AI. A perfect example? Power Automate Process Mining. This feature analyzes and optimizes workflows, showing just how dedicated Microsoft is to providing data-driven solutions that help their clients work smarter, not harder. Biases can easily cloud judgment. Satya Nadella really stood out as a leader who knew how to cut through that noise. By sticking to data-driven processes, he helped Microsoft avoid making decisions based on gut feelings or assumptions. For instance, when it came to his AI initiatives, Nadella made sure they were rigorously tested against data standards like security and privacy, so they'd meet the needs of big enterprise customers without compromising on data integrity. By fostering a data-first culture at Microsoft, Nadella made sure decisions, whether about product development, expanding into new markets, or integrating AI, were objective and aligned with the company's long-term vision. It wasn't about hunches, it was about making strategic moves that were grounded in real evidence. Looking at Nadella's leadership in 2023, it's a great case study on how analytical decision-making can steer a company through tough challenges and into big opportunities, especially with AI and cloud computing on the rise. His ability to analyze trends, weigh risks, and make informed predictions allowed Microsoft to not only grow its cloud business, but also become a major player in AI globally. For leaders out there looking to reduce bias and make smarter decisions, Nadella's approach is a perfect blueprint. By building a culture where data informs every decision, he's set Microsoft up for success well into the future. Analytical decision-making is a critical skill that empowers leaders to navigate complexity, mitigate risks, and seize opportunities through data-driven insights. By focusing on data, trends, and information, leaders can make informed decisions that drive strategic success while minimizing the influence of bias or unfounded assumptions. We are in a data-rich environment. Leaders who excel in analytical decision-making can anticipate changes, forecast future trends, and make well-considered strategic choices. By fostering a culture that prioritizes data-driven thinking, leaders not only enhance their own decision-making capabilities, but also create a foundation for organizational resilience, adaptability, and growth. As the role of data in business continues to expand, leaders who embrace analytical decision-making will position their organizations for sustained success, ensuring they remain competitive and forward-thinking in a world that is changing at light speed, or should we say AI speed. So what's the key takeaway here? Nadella's leadership offers a powerful case study in analytical decision-making. By leveraging data to inform his choices, Nadella successfully navigated Microsoft through complex challenges while taking advantage of the opportunities presented by AI and cloud computing. And it looks like he is just getting started. His approach serves as a model for any leader looking to ground their decisions in data, reduce cognitive bias, and use analytical insights to drive long-term innovation. Through his vision backed by data, Nadella positioned Microsoft for continued success in a very competitive AI-driven tech landscape, proving that analytical decision-making is not just a skill, it's an essential capability for survival and competitive advantage. And that wraps up today's episode of the Anchor Bioss podcast. Satya Nadella's leadership at Microsoft is a clear testament to the power of analytical decision-making in action. Whether you're a business leader, manager, or aspiring entrepreneur, understanding how to make data-driven decisions is key to success in today's fast-paced world. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious and keep learning.
Thank you for tuning in to the Anchor Bioss podcast. We can't wait to continue this conversation with you in our next episode. Until then, keep leading with purpose and vision.